as local news gets. News 12, Brooklyn.
Thanks for joining us here at News 12 Brooklyn. I'm Kelsey Minor. An attempted abduction under investigation this morning, parents on edge. It happened near Rogers Avenue in Flatbush. News 12 Brooklyn reporter Katie Lusso at the scene with the very latest information. Katie, good morning. An armed robbery ends in a police-involved shooting. Now cops are searching for at least one more person. Police say just after 11 yesterday morning, workers at a Verizon store in Midwood were held up at gunpoint. Investigators tell us the suspects took off in a Jeep with police on their tail. We're told that the Jeep crashed into a parked car on Avenue O and East 14th Street. That's when the suspects fled from the car. Here in video you will only see on 12. You can see the men fleeing from the crashed car. Police say one of the three suspects was armed, prompting officers to open fire. Police say they were able to capture three of the suspects, one of which was the suspect who was wounded by the officers. He is expected to survive. A News 12 update now, and police have arrested a man who threatened and slashed a woman on a Brooklyn subway. 37-year-old Raz Alula Nagarit was charged last night with felony assault. Police say the attack was not random. The victim and her alleged attacker had some sort of altercation before getting on the 3 train Tuesday night. The suspect even told her he, quote, chop her up before hitting her with what police say and witnesses describe as a machete. The woman was treated for a cut on her hand. Just days before the caucuses, Republicans took to the stage in Iowa last night to convince voters they are the right choice for president. One person not in the room, Donald Trump, who did not participate because his differences with Fox News. Even though he wasn't physically there, Trump still dominated part of the debate.
Let's address the elephant not in the room tonight. Donald Trump has chosen not to attend.
I'm a maniac, and everyone on this stage is stupid, fat, and ugly. And Ben, you're a terrible surgeon. Now that we've gotten the Donald Trump portion out of the way.
It's not about Donald Trump. He's an entertaining guy. He's the greatest show on earth.
I kind of miss Donald Trump. He was a little teddy bear to me.
And Trump's absence, from the main debate, the spotlight fell on Senator Ted Cruz, who accused the moderators of trying to get the other candidates to attack him. So he was also accused of flip-flopping on amnesty for illegal immigrants. For the most part, candidates were able to talk more about policy and their vision for America. Donald Trump decided to skip the debate to host a fundraiser for veterans and wounded warriors in Iowa. His campaign says the current frontrunner raised more than $6 million. Two other Republican presidential candidates who also won past Iowa caucuses were in attendance, Governor Mike Huckabee and Senator Rick Santorum. And we'll let you make up the jokes for this next story. Forget the political pundits that are predicting who will win in Iowa. Rodeo bulls in Cedar Rapids are casting votes of their own. And this is real. I used to live there. And what may be the strangest way to predict who will win the state, the bulls pooped on the pictures of the candidates they're voting for. They chose Hillary Clinton on the Democratic side and Donald Trump from the Republican field. I'm Kelsey Minor, and you're watching News 12 Brooklyn on a Friday morning. Coming up, if you're taking an Uber to work today, expect to pay less than your normal fare. Surfers in Hawaii are riding some of the biggest waves they've ever seen. Conditions at Waimea Bay were favorable yesterday, but the waves were getting so big they started closing out, and that's when surfers started to get into trouble. The waves were so big, most of them weren't being ridden. Waimea Bay is one of the most famous big wave surfing spots in the world. With such huge waves in the ocean this season, officials say it's hard for many surfers to resist the temptation of going in the water. Boy, that looks amazing. Now it's time for weather on the twos. And Stacey Ann, I just want to be in Hawaii right now.
Yeah, I take these warm temperatures over cold any day of the week. Little bit of a washout, but a lot could change between now and then.
A lot could change, but we just wanted to stay the same,
Yeah.
right? Don't you agree?
I agree. Look, I will take 70s, 80s, 90s any day of the week.
Me too. Yeah. Thank you, Stacey, so much. For a look at your local weather conditions throughout today, check out the News 12 family of apps. Just go to the App Store or Google Play and type in News 12 Interactive and download them for free. In entertainment news, former One Direction member Zayn Malik has released his first solo single. The song called Pillow Talk and has much more R&B feel than the tunes he sang during his years in One Direction. The video shows a more grown-up Zayn and quickly became the top trending hashtag on Twitter worldwide. Zayn broke the hearts of millions of young fans last year when he left the band. Since then, the group released another album and have gone on hiatus for an undetermined amount of time.
Justice is about to be served. We'll have 2 justice platters, please.
All right, let's go to the movies. Po the Panda is set to gobble up the box office. Kung Fu Panda 3, featuring the voices of Jack Black and Angelina Jolie, is the first family film to hit theaters in weeks. It's expected to dominate the weekend, debuting with $40 million or more.
Coast Guard, they say you gotta go out. They don't say you gotta come back in.
And how about The Finest Hours? Starring Chris Pine and Casey Affleck, also hitting the big screen today. The film is based on the true story of a dramatic Coast Guard rescue mission. It's expected to make about $10 million.
Ow, that hurts. Oh, please, God! Ah!
White girls, get that.
Funny man Marlon Wayans makes his way back to the big screen this weekend in 50 Shades of Black. The movie pokes fun at the 50 Shades of Grey books and film. The movie only cost about $5 million to make, and it's expected to double that mark this weekend alone. All right, Pat, and I'm Kelsey Minor, and this is News 12 Brooklyn. More hyper-local news and weather and sports coming up after the break.